manittaba rizwanahu subul salam. Allah guides them. Of course, this is obvious. I mean, Allah is the obvious subject. But the word Bihi is now the pivotal word, the important word, which can be given different terms. If you translate the word Bihi as Maulvi Sherli Sahib has translated, thereby does Allah guide those. Bihi is translated as thereby. What thereby means is not explained. It may mean Allah guides them with the instrument of the Holy Quran. But when guidance as such is mentioned, generally the style of the Holy Quran is to mention it, to refer to in the feminine gender. Biha, Hadaya as such is referred to in the feminine gender, that is well, I have certain verses in mind, so I'll leave it unless I remember them correctly. I will not harp on this further. But leaving that alone, the word Bihi may mean to refer to the Holy Quran, or by a general process, may mean to refer to a general process of guiding people. Maulana Sherli Sahib has translated it in this latter sense. He has taken this word to mean Bihi, to refer to a general process of reform, of guidance, which Allah generally adopts. But as I have said, it may mean the Holy Quran. But if you read the verse just previous to this, prior to this verse, there it is not the Holy Quran which is mentioned, it is the Holy Prophet of Islam which is mentioned. So the he obviously is referred to the Holy Quran, Holy Prophet of Islam, not to the Holy Book. So this is why I prefer to translate it in the following words. With the instrument of the Holy Prophet of Islam, making him the cause, Allah guides other people. That is, through the Holy Prophet of Islam, Allah guides others. This would be the translation which I should prefer, and I have reasons to believe, on the authority of another verse of the Holy Quran which I will quote later on, that this is the correct translation and it should be followed. Again, when you read وَيُخْرِجُهُمْ مِنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ, the translators tell us that يُخْرِجُ refers to Allah. That Allah takes people away from darkness to light. It may, of course, there is no objection. But then the following expression would create certain problems. بِإِذْنِهِ. Why there is a need of inserting this word بِإِذْنِهِ? With the order of Allah. So this leaves the translators in some difficulty, and they somehow manage out of this. You know, Maulvi Sherli Sahib has solved this problem by, in a very comely way, but in a way, of course. He says, and leads them, meaning Allah leads them out of every kind of darkness into light by His will. This is not so. When prophets are referred to performing some miracle, some great thing, it is the style of the Holy Quran that the word Bi-Iznihi is added later on, to remind us that prophets cannot do on their own. This is too great a thing for them to achieve. Only because of Allah's will, when it joins their will, then this miracle is performed. So Bi-Iznihi is a telltale word which tells us that yukhrijuhum refers to not to Allah but to the Holy Prophet of Islam. Now, the verse which supports this view is very clear on this subject. I have taken it from Surah Ibrahim. The very first verse tells us, Alif Lam Ra, Kitabun Anzalnahu Ilayka. That is, Alif Lam Ra, this is a book which we have revealed to thee, O Prophet of Islam. That is to say, لِتُخْرِجَ النَّاسَ مِنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ, that you turn people out of darkness into light. بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِمْ, the same بِإِذْنِهِ, the word is explained, with the order of Allah, their creator, their Lord. So this verse clarifies those ambiguous features of the previous word very clearly and definitely. So I am left with no choice but to translate that in the light of this verse. So this again is a very special quality of prophethood. Although all those who follow prophets are also endowed to a degree with this quality, this is your and my and everybody else's task to believe in the prophets of Allah and particularly in the Holy Prophet of Islam, to guide people from darkness to light. But initially and with the greatest success, this task is performed by prophets, and greatest of all by the Holy Prophet of Islam, Hadhrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. When he left us, we begin to see and observe gradually the borders, the frontiers of darkness creep upon the frontiers of light, slowly but steadily, unfortunately. And gradually the light disappears. This I have already demonstrated to you previously, was predicted by Ahmad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam himself. So there has to be a difference between the presence of a prophet and the absence of a prophet. And every office of prophethood which is performed later on by lesser people does not create such results and does not have that holding power and staying power, with the result that gradually and in the beginning imperceivably, but later on visibly, you begin to lose ground in every direction, until a time comes when the entire age cries for the coming of a new prophet. As Iqbal says, ये दौर अपने इब्राहीम की तलाश में है, सनम कदे की सदा ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह. A time comes when the entire age cries out to God, "Oh God, send a new prophet." And Abraham is required, because the people have become idolaters. The whole age has become idolater. Idol worship is now in the rampant. So this happens in every branch of prophet's functions, and ultimately creates a collective effect. In every field, you begin to feel the absence of a prophet, slowly and gradually, with an increasing tempo, of course. Ultimately, the entire purpose of the prophet's coming is nullified in reality, despite the fact that a book remains, the traditions remain, apparently the picture of Islam remains, but not quite. There is something lacking, some fundamental value is lacking. This is what is referred to by the Holy Prophet of Islam